so it's time to talk about challenge groups in your training. This is step number 6. We're getting really close to starting to talk to people. Making a list of people is going to be your next step. And you're going to start having conversations and all this kind of stuff. But when you're having these conversations and you're talking to people about what you do, and you're going to invite them to something, you got to know what to invite them to. Well, the primary way that we engage our customers is through challenge groups. There's a lot of different ways to do challenge groups, and I think I've done them all, or at least all that I've thought of so far. And the way I used to do challenge groups is I used to do a challenge group for every type of program. So, and not always all of them at the same time, but I might have a P90X challenge group where everybody goes through P90X together starting on a certain day and ending 90 days later. I might have a combat challenge group and a PiYo challenge group, and then we've got our 90-10 nutrition stuff, which if you're not familiar with, we'll get you familiar with it. But we'd have all these different challenge groups going, and it was just overwhelming, so many different kinds of things. Now what we do is we do 30-day challenge groups that last the entire month. So we'll start it usually on the first Monday of a month, and it goes to the end of that calendar month. And anybody can be in the challenge group. Anybody can be in the challenge group with any program. So we might have a challenge group full of people, some people doing P90X, some people doing PiYo, some people doing other Beachbody programs, but everybody in the group is doing a Beachbody program, and we're supporting each other. And so we'll talk about our struggles. We'll talk about our victories. We'll post that we did our workout. We might post a sweaty selfie from after our workout. Other things that motivate people in the group and keep us going. And then the next month we move on to the next thing. Now you can do challenge groups any way that you'd like. If you'd like to start, maybe you are someone who's done Insanity Max 30, or maybe you're someone who's done T25, and you want to start a group for all of your friends that you're going to invite to do T25 another round with you, or to do Insanity Max 30 another round with you, and you want it to be specific to Insanity Max 30. That's totally fine. You can do that. But you always also have the option to put people into our larger 30-day groups, or to start your own 30-day groups where anybody can be in. And here's why I talk about it that way. One of the things that we ran into with doing separate challenge groups is you might have somebody that wants to do T25 and is going to get in the challenge group that you have, but then you talk to somebody else and they can't take the impact of T25 or Insanity, and so you talk to them about a different program and they end up with PiYo or they end up with Slim in 6, and you don't have a challenge group for that. What are you going to do? And a lot of times people would drop people off in other challenge groups of other coaches, and then people would get lost, and it gets crazy. And so if you have one challenge group that lasts 30 days and everybody moves into the next 30 days, then you're able to take in anybody. And when we have these conversations with people, which we're going to teach you how to do in the next few steps, you can find out what they really need and not try to jam them into a challenge group that they're not ready for, like T25 or Insanity Max 30. Okay? So you're going to be able to find out what that person actually needs, and it won't matter which program it is. They can still be in the challenge group with you. Okay? So decide what you want to do. This is what you need to do right now. Decide what kind of challenge group or groups you want to start for your first challenge group. Write it down. Get a start date. I suggest that you go at least 2 weeks out so that you have time to start inviting people. If you're close to the beginning of a month, you can find some of the other 30-day challenge groups that coaches like me, or maybe your upline, if it's not me, are doing, and you can combine with them and add to those challenge groups. So you don't even have to run your very first challenge group yourself. You can add people to a challenge group and see how it's run by maybe a more experienced coach. Okay? So figure out what you want to do, talk to your upline about it, write it down. I'm going to start inviting people to this 30-day challenge group that starts in 2 weeks, and then get ready for step 7, 8, 9, and 10, because we're really going to teach you how to talk to these people. Oh, and 11. We're going to teach you how to talk to these people and really get them interested in your challenge group so that you can help them. Okay? Let's go.